So now a firm has to choose how much to produce in order to maximize profit. And then they also have to choose what ways in which they produce in their production process to minimize the total cost of production. And to do that, our very first step is to look at setting marginal costs equal to marginal revenue. And we know in a perfectly competitive industry, marginal revenue is just equal to the market price. And in our case right here, marginal cost represents our variable cost of production. And in this case, it's 2Q minus 2. And so I want to just go ahead and solve for Q, and that will give me my profit maximizing quantity of production. And then we'll move on to the next step. So in this case, I'm just going to add 2 to both sides. I get 8 equal to 2Q. Divide both sides by 2, and I get a quantity in the marketplace of 4 units. So I know if I produce at all, I want to produce the profit maximizing quantity that represents setting marginal revenue equal to marginal cost, in this case 4 units. The question is, am I making profit when I'm doing that? And for that, we need to move into our profit equation. So our profit equation is just profit is total revenue minus total cost. And total revenue is always equal to price times quantity. And so let's start there. So our price in the marketplace was $6, and we decided we were going to produce 4 units. So I take 6 times 4, and I get a total revenue in the marketplace of $24. Now, to calculate total costs, I need to consider both fixed costs and variable costs. And here, we understand that total cost is just fixed costs, or the rental rate of capital times the amount of capital, plus the wage rate times the number of laborers I use. So again, just breaking fixed costs and variable costs into 2, adding them together. And in order to find out what's the cost minimizing way to produce 4 units, I need to reintroduce isoquants and isocosts back into our analysis. And remember that we found that on the 4 isoquant, the absolute least costly way to produce is a point of tangency between the 4 isoquant and this isocost that represents our total cost at point A. So in this case, we are using 5 units of labor and 10 units of capital. And so I'm just going to plug that into our total cost equation, 10 units of capital, 5 units of labor. And when I add that together, 10 plus 10 gets me $20 of total costs. So the $20 is represented by our total cost line here to produce 4 units, again at a point of tangency. So I go back to my profit equation and I plug in that total cost to produce 20 units of 4 units of $20, okay? And so then I get a profit in the marketplace of $4. So this says that I should produce, how much I produce is 4 units. I'm earning a profit of greater than or equal to 0. And I am doing that by choosing the absolute least costly combination of labor and capital, which is 5 units of labor and 10 units of capital. So all of that combines to tell the firm exactly how much to produce, what they can expect for profit, and what their production process is. In later videos, we'll find out what happens when other firms figure out it's profitable to be in this industry.